Ah, yes, suggested by a subscriber. I'm gonna be reviewing the documentary called The Last Hidden Tribe of the Amazon.
5 centuries ago, when Europeans came into contact with Amerindians, they were surprised to see them paint their bodies red, and they called them by that name, Redskins. In the Americas, this tradition has all but disappeared, and only survives as a daily practice in a few isolated places, where it's handed down from generation to generation. The Wajapi are a community of about 1,000, living in the middle of the forest, close to the mouth of...
Wow. Have you seen such a wide face in real life? Anywhere? I haven't. In my whole life, I have never seen that. It's actually kind of amazing.
The Amazon. Here, painting one's skin red is a way...
Just think about it. I've been to tons of countries. I've seen so many people. I've never seen that. That says everything. It tells you what's going on today.
...of maintaining a link with a very ancient civilization. But as the forest retreats and the city advances, this way of life will disappear. That is why UNESCO is protecting this threatened culture. In 2003, the body painting and oral tradition of the Wajapi became part of the treasures of the intangible heritage of humanity.
My grandfather was the first to live here. His name was Paranawari. He settled over there a very long time ago. At the time, this place had no name, so my grandfather wondered what to call it. He decided on Ivirayeta.
I wonder how old he is, because he doesn't have any gray hairs. Interesting. Obviously, they don't live 100% naturally. That's not even possible anymore today. Still.
We had never seen white people before. They arrived one day. We didn't speak their language. I lost my wife, my father-in-law, and 3 of my uncles to measles. Then the children started to die. They were no higher than this. We keep everything in our minds, the teachings of our ancestors, our knowledge, but the words of our fathers, we keep them here too, in our hearts.
The village of Matapi shelters half a dozen families in palm-roofed houses, where living conditions have changed little in 5 centuries. Arawai, age 16, is pregnant with her second child. We interview her about the coming birth.
I'm not gonna say anything about that. You already know my thoughts.
Without realizing that she is already in labor. The young woman makes no complaint, even though the pain brings tears to her eyes.
Did she say that she's in pain or what? Or do they assume that?
But pain isn't spoken of among Wajapi women. What Arawai says is that she will give birth soon, squatting over banana leaves, with the help of her mother-in-law. The nearest hospital is 2 days away.
Wow, it looks really beautiful there. Oh, Jesus, man. It's just a bit sad for me to see that, because I grew up in a post-Soviet Union country, completely removed from nature. Okay, not completely. We had a forest very close to the buildings, and it was nice there, but it was man-made, and we didn't hunt. I can't even compare it to that.
As the tropical night falls suddenly over Ivirayeta, the baby is born in the little hut outside the village. Matapi, the chief, discusses the event with his son, Kaiko.
Babies are born in the village according to our customs. Not with white people, not in the town. Here, in the middle of the forest, as it was in the time of our ancestors. This baby was born in the forest.
That's how it should be.
He was born here in the traditional way.
As it was in the time of our ancestors.
We'll never give up this way of life.
We'll never abandon it.
This is how it was in ancient times. When a woman has just given birth, a fire must be lit so the child can see. This is what our ancestors did.
It's not as if everybody understood how to create a fire. Whatever. If they mean that those people did for many generations, then okay, I understand that. But not people in general on this earth.
The Wajapi are the descendants of Amerindian communities that took refuge in the most inaccessible forests of the Amazon in the 18th century, where the last adventurers were seeking El Dorado. Fleeing from white people, their diseases, massacres and forest clearance, they reinvented a community.
So far, I am actually amazed at how beautiful the people look. They have super beautiful hair also, very healthy looking. I wonder what they eat. I hope that they will show that. Well, they obviously eat animals, except if the government is messing with them already and forces them to eat some kind of grains. That's what they always do. But even if, they should be mostly eating meat, of course.
In the shelter of the tall trees, the women have rediscovered and passed on ancient traditions. They gather the uruku fruit, grind the seeds with papaya juice, and make the paste that men, women and children cover their bodies with.
The women have bigger and stronger hands than the men of today. No, for real, look at it. Oh my god! I swear. At least in Europe. She looks stronger than over 90% of men in Europe.
Every day.
Oh my god.
For the Wajapi, maintaining the link with their ancestors' traditions is essential. The gold of El Dorado was a transient myth. The uruku is all...
I wonder if they used to do it with blood and then they switched to the fruits. Who knows? Then again, it would be a waste if you would use blood. But some people do this. I've shown clips of this. People in Africa actually covered their whole body with blood.
Always there. The red of the red skins. The symbol of a way of life that must be defended. A way of living with your dreams. Of surviving in...
A body covered in red shows power, strength, dominance. That's why they would do it. And if you would see them, you would know that you just met very special people and you should be afraid of them. I would assume that that was the purpose behind it back when they thought of it.
The hostile forest.
Also, it could make you believe that it is the blood of the enemies, which is why you wouldn't dare to do anything. Who knows?
Inhabited by spirits. After a few days in the sun, the paste will dry out and form a ball. It will protect the body from insects, from the sun, and from other, more mysterious things.
A Coca-Cola bottle.
Urovaiti is 19 years old. He has just heard his second child has been born and goes to see his young wife, who is living apart from the community. She's in
Yeah, 19, 2 children. That adds up, naturally.
Resgado, a period of separation, full of prohibitions and taboos.
The path along the river was very difficult.
Jesus, man. Oh my god. This guy would be a model. 100%. If he would live in this stupid modern society. And it's good that he doesn't. Oh my god, man. What did we do to ourselves? Never mind. We didn't do it to ourselves. I know who did it. Fuck them. Seriously.
I came as quickly as I could. His name is Rosario. I'm very happy. It's the first time I've seen my son.
Como vocês vêm agora filmar comigo e
You came to film me as soon as I returned. It's the same for Sukariju, the snake spirit.
ele já tem filho.
He will see me and say, he's just had a baby, so I must kill him.
Pra mim. Então,
That's why we must paint ourselves, so that Sukariju can't see us.
pra Sukuri não ver com nós. Não se amou.
What's interesting is also that they cover up their genitals, mostly probably because they are afraid that an animal is gonna attack them, an insect could bite them, anything could happen. That was actually usually the reason that you would do that, not because it's a taboo to walk around naturally, of course not, but other than that, everything is out in the open. Why wouldn't it be?
Majuari, one of the young adults in the community, speaks Portuguese well and often visits the town.
Right, and his hair is short. Interesting, right? I right away noticed that.
Like his uncle Matapi, he likes talking about the Wajapi culture.
It's our culture, our way of life.
Jeito de viver. E a mulher-
With the uruku, we're not bothered by the insects. They don't like the uruku.
Bichinhos, ela não gosta de urucum.
It makes you strong.
E a não fica
It stops you
velho,
getting old.
e a pele fica normal como se for quando ele quando
The skin stays young.
tá ainda jovem.
As I'm still young, my skin is smooth.
Meu pele não tá bem, tá liso ainda. Depois de 40 anos,
Over the age of 40, it starts to get wrinkled.
bucha, como não índio fala.
Traditionally, the Wajapi women apply the uruku to the skin of their husbands and children. Since the death of his wife a long time ago, Matapi has grown used to painting himself. Kawini is one of the liveliest boys in the village of Iviraeta. How old is he? His father says between 3 and 6 years old. His friends think 12 or 14. In reality, he must be 9 or 10, but here it doesn't matter to anyone.
Yeah, why would it matter?
The Wajapi were a people with no written tradition, and they don't count the passing of time.
Yeah, exactly. Of course. Why would you? There is no time. Time is in your head. You imagine time. It doesn't exist.
They don't think in months or years, or the number of days it will take to build this house.
Exactly, alright. Bravo. I love it. I like this video. Thanks to whoever suggested it. Building your own house is really cool. It's understandable why people actually put a lot of work into it, because you want to have your own shelter, base. You feel good if it's finished. Of course, you don't attach yourself to it the way humans today would do it when they buy something in their delusional head, seeing as money doesn't exist and you cannot buy anything. Nobody on this earth has ever bought anything. It's impossible to buy something because none of that exists. You only imagine when you buy something. That's why when you buy a house, it's nothing really. You just buy something that somebody else built. Yeah, it's cool to have a shelter, obviously, but building your own is a whole different story. Oh, they have modern guns.
In the Amazon forest, there's no clear barrier between humans and animals.
Exactly. That's what I always say. Of course.
After the shot, Majiwari
Just to be clear, there's no difference, that's why.
imitates the cry of the injured animal, calling to its fellows, to scare them or to stop them charging.
They also play football, probably also because they cannot exactly do what they want to do, because the government interferes with their natural life, obviously. They're just trying to do something.
The Brazilian government has built a dispensary in the village. Irina has started training as a lab assistant.
Oh my god, come on. Come on.
The doctor who is meant to supervise her training has never been here, but Irina carries on.
Negative. I've just seen that the test is negative. I see that from the color. I saw no parasites. If I see it's a case of malaria, we can treat it here. But if I can't see anything, we can't do anything here. Then we have to take the patient to the town of Macapa.
They are really trying to force their bullshit onto them as much as possible.
For the last few days, Kawini has had a very swollen and painful finger. It may be infected. He needs treatment in the town. The decision to travel is made.
All of those baby dolls, children especially, like them. At least they believe that they do, because they don't have the real thing, seeing as they want to have brothers and sisters. In nature, there would always be babies around you, just always. Many babies. And nowadays, there's usually none, which is why children want to have these babies made out of plastic. And again, they don't really want that, of course. But in modern slavery, we imitate what we naturally want constantly. Hopefully they are making fun of this garbage. Yeah, they kind of are. That's good. But wait, is he buying that? No, right? Ah, yeah, now he puts it back. Good. And then spit on it.
The colors.
Interesting. And there you have the modern Brazilian faces, completely different. No comparison.
In the wind, our loincloths blow about. The white people watch us. They look at us as if we're strange animals. If we stay in our loincloths, they say, "You're monkeys." That's why we wear trousers.
In their
I've never seen more beautiful people in a video ever before. That's crazy.
first 10 years, Wajapi children speak only in their mother tongue. On school days, Apua, the teacher, introduces them to writing and teaches the older ones the first elements of Portuguese.
Sim, eles já aprendeu tudo a língua. Nós
The Portuguese people probably eliminated a lot of their ancestors. Why would they learn their language?
aí
I teach in our own language, Wajapi. Once a pupil has a good command of our language, then I can teach him a little Portuguese, but only spoken. Portuguese is very difficult for a child. Some of them still need to improve their motor coordination, and they haven't learned to write yet. I get them to draw so they can learn how to hold their hands. This morning I told them a story about a jaguar that eats a peccary. I wrote the words on the board so that they can read and write and also draw the story.
comeu a castor, assim. Isso eu não falo para ele.
Why is it important to draw? If they can't draw, they won't be able to represent the animals, the jaguar, the plants, and everything that's around us, everything that we hunt.
Sim, eles não sabem desenhar, não vai.
It looks like they all have straight teeth. It's not surprising, seeing as they all have well-developed faces. It's just something that I noticed because when you look at people today, it's obviously not the case at all because of what we eat. They haven't shown what they eat. I would be curious to see that. Obviously just animal-based, just animals for the most part. Still, I would have liked to see it.
Carried along by the group, the men give themselves up to the dance and the trance. There, they find the strength to protect the thin thread that links them to their ancestors, to their culture from time immemorial.
I don't see any people with gray hairs. Dancing and singing is very normal. It seems like all of the natural people do it. Especially to celebrate if they win a battle, for example. This was a very good video. Once again, thank you to whoever sent it to me. I've never seen such beautiful people in my life. Not in a video or in real life. How can it be? How did we move so far away from nature? I know the answer to that. We were forced into this modern slave life. Nobody would have ever chosen it. Nobody. Would you choose to live the way we do today? It's impossible. The only way that it can happen is if you force people to live like that. You enslave them, you brainwash them, you manipulate them to believe that your life is better the way it is now, that you live longer, you're healthier, you're more beautiful. People used to live to the age of 30. They were sick. Yeah, right. Super sick. Look at them. Thanks for watching.